Hello techies, I'm Divya here. On behalf of CyberBrainer, don't you think the world of tech is evolving faster than ever? Now is the perfect time to dive in and build the skills that will take you places. With CyberBrainer, we are putting you in the driver's seat of your own future. We at CyberBrainer don't just teach your interest. We believe that knowledge is power, but it's applied knowledge that truly sets you apart. Whether you're diving into data science, mastering artificial intelligence, or exploring the world of cybersecurity, our courses are designed to give you the skills that matter. So let's jump into the session and make the future yours today. Thank you.
Then we were into what we were doing, what we were discussing. We discussed about security, and now this is very important. I believe we started on the data security part. Basically, there are two types of security. One is data and one is action. And when you say data security, it is basically the access and permissions that you give to a field. And that is governed by a policy which is called as domain security policy. And domain security policy works on collection of fields and based on the functional area. Remember, that is what we discussed yesterday, I believe. Now, when we discussed these things, we also understood that a security model follows top to bottom approach. If you have a top to bottom approach, somebody who is at the top of the hierarchy, they will have access to the information for all those employees who are below them. But a person who is low in hierarchy cannot see the details of a people or a person who is above them. You cannot see anything except which you know, things which are generic available. You know which is generally available. Those things can be seen, but apart from that, you cannot see any confidential information. Then comes different part, like what are the different functional area? Now that functional area depends upon different modules. For us, functional area is like personal data, compensation data, dependent data, bank information. All these are different functional area. And what are the two types of permission we give? We give permissions like view and modify. That's it. We don't give anything else. Modify means everything. You can create, edit, delete, update, upset. Whatever you want to do, you can do. But view means you will either only be able to see and read it. You can't do any changes there. And then we understood that the security is not given on it to a user. The security is given on a security group. And there are different types of security groups in Workday. Out of that, two are very important, which is role-based security group and user-based security group. Role-based is, you will be used by everybody and it is created in such a way that we only give you those permissions which is required for your role, for your job duties. We cannot give you permissions which is not at all required for your job duties. And that's the reason it works on organization level. Now, what are organizations level guys who can explain? Really fine organization, customer organization. Predefined contains location, call center location, company location, company call center region, and the hierarchies. We can define those roles as per that. And I give you an example that if you are creating a role for an account and you will give the permission only for the security group call center. If you are creating something for HR, then you will give it for supervisory. If you are creating for someone who is an administration department, then you will give access of company. Basically, they are related with the company. You know any kind of legal documents, a building management system. They are not into any other thing. But apart from that area, you will give the access to company or company hierarchy. Then what are the other things in this? We also saw that it is not necessary that what designation you have. You can have any designation, but it is your security groups which gives you the permission. CEO's responsibility is not to configure Workday. They will use it. We will not give admin permission to CEO. They may be just an ordinary user for Workday. Then we are also understood yesterday that what is a user-based security group. User-based security group is such security group which has much of power because that works on the tenant level, not an organization level. If there is any security group which works on tenant level, they will have more permissions than any other person in this tenant. That could be your security administrator or someone who is taking care of that system administration role. They can only be given the user-defined or user-based security group. You cannot give it to anybody else. And this user-based security group is assigned to a user, not through a security, changes that. It can be a part of the role. No role is separate and user-based security group is completely separate. Here we assign that on a user, not a particular role. This is also a major difference, guys. But generally, if someone asks you that, how is the security flow in Workday? Then you can say that we generally do not assign any permissions directly to a user or its profile. We assign it to the security groups and then we assign those things to the user. How do we do that for data security? We do it through what? Domain security policy. Domain security policy. And for any other thing that we are doing, user-based security group. That is directly on the user. We don't have a policy there. That's another thing that we all have to keep in our mind because now what we have to do is we are going ahead and trying to configure roles, security groups, role-based security groups, user-based security groups. First of all, we will have to create a role. Once your role is created, then only we can go ahead and get into any other part of it. Does that make sense? All then guys, thank you much. Have a great weekend. Please do like, share and subscribe to our channel.